Hello friends, Roots and Vegetables, Melons of Blue 2.0 here, and welcome to the second part of the reading old stories videos. I'm gonna drink my tea first. And in this one, there's a lot more like short stories / unfinished stories. So like I mean really short. Like I used to like writing really short stories sometimes. But yeah. I'm going to start with Daily Routine, which is one that I remember I was proud of, but I think this is a rewrite after I lost it, so it's more. This one's more just similar, I think. The Deadly Routine. Shayla was a middle-aged woman. Most of her life, she had never known her father. He had vanished when she was very young. Shayla had beautiful black hair and dark black eyes. She wore a frown on her face. Why should she fake a smile? No one cared. Okay, emo. About her anyway. She was a miner. She liked to go mining. Okay. She would often go alone, although she was advised not to. She entered a cave filled to the brim with sparkling bright diamonds, and was also filled with dusty old bodies. Out of curiosity, she tapped one of them, and it turned into dust. She freaked out a bit, then one of them moved its head towards her. "Welcome, my daughter," it croaked as it stood up, and so did other skeletons. It put its hand around her neck. Shayla felt her airway being cut off. "Oi!" she managed to mutter as she collapsed to the floor after being strangled. She was cold. Very cold. She looked down. Wait. She was a ghost? Down there was her body. Down there, she was a ghost. Down there was her body. She saw the spirit of her father as he exited the skeleton he had possessed. "Why?" she shouted. "It was out of my control. You will someday do it as well. To move on," shouted her dad. As he disintegrated. "No, come back!" cried Shayla. Many years passed as Shayla watched her body rot. Very family-friendly chapter. I remember I used to insist my stories with the kids, and then there's stuff like this. And how a putrid smell and become nothing but skeleton. Shayla couldn't keep track. She stuck in the cave. When someone entered to her horror, it was her daughter. And suddenly her mind was no longer hers. She was inside a skeleton. Her skeleton-like fingers around her daughter's neck. And so the cycle continues. I remember being so proud of that one. I mean, it's not particularly bad. It could have been better. Oh well. An alien banana. Spelt incorrectly. This one, funny story actually. I was on a Discord server for like writers, and they found this one cute, and they won a competition where I got like a point. It didn't actually amount to anything, but it was cool. Jerry was a very friendly banana. His beautiful ripe yellow skin was incredible. He loved being a banana. Okay. He had 2 little legs, as he was an alien. He also had 2 little hands. He lived on the moon. He liked it there. It was splendid and peaceful. And he was also immensely lonely, being the only banana there. Could become quite boring. Okay. So we have a banana who lives on the moon called Jerry. It was spent. He had awoke from a nap and was extremely bored. He decided to go and kick some moonstones around. To him, it was better than doing nothing. After what felt like hours of isolation and kicking stones around, he heard a noise. Was he no longer alone? Jerry looked at where the noise had come from. Excitement started to fill him. Was it another banana? Was it a weird human? Was it a dog? All he could do was hope and wonder. Another banana. Whatever it was landing on the moon, Jerry was not quite sure what it was. It was something that stood on 4 paws. It had 6 eyes, 2 mouths, and a body covered in ears. It moved in a very creepy way. Jerry was scared. Oh no, the banana's scared. It approached him and Jerry ran as fast as his little banana legs would carry him. I can't take this seriously. And jumped down a small crater. Much to his relief, the peculiar creature could not fit down the hole. Time had passed. Jerry decided to see if the weird creature had gone. He stepped up onto the surface of the moon and looked around. Then he could smell something putrid. He looked down at Earth. It wasn't those stinky humans again, was it? Then he felt something cold touch the back of his skin. Then he felt what he could only describe as thick rain. He looked behind him, and the creature had been the one behind the putrid smell and was drooling on him. Jerry ran and ran, but he couldn't find any holes to drop down into. The creature on 4 powerful legs soon caught up. "I have a wife and kids!" screamed Jerry. He didn't. "No, you don't. No one else is here. We're all alone," responded the creature. "Please don't kill me," screamed Jerry. "I don't want to kill you. Just want to play. I'm an alien creature called a muftapug." "Okay." "I am like a dog. I just want a friend," responded the creature. "Oh, that's all. I think I meant to thank all the banana gods." "Let's be friends," responded Jerry. They played on the moon together. Jerry was no longer alone. They fell asleep snuggling on the deep dark grey moon, and Jerry was bored no more. That's cute and wholesome, but also, why is he a banana? Okay, Hero Murder. This was one of the ones that isn't finished. I just gave it a temporary title of Hero Murder because it was meant to be a murder mystery. And like, it will be finished one day. It's just gonna have completely different characters. And yeah, so we're just gonna read the like bits of chapter 1 I have, which is not much. Section 1, chapter 1, Zach Murphy. Zach Murphy was 21. He loved to write stories, to create amazing worlds of joy and hope. He thought he was very productive with his time, but other people he considered to not be very productive with their time, watching those childish cartoons that they called anime. It was all just the same thing. Same with video games. He felt more accomplished to complete a chapter of his story. He had already published a book. And what had they done over there, just sit around like lazy frogs? What kind of insult is this? I think I just used the randomest words as insults. It's kind of great. However, he had respect for people that did productive stuff, like reading or drawing. Hell, his girlfriend would read his books. That's why he loved her. He sat at the desk, struggling to find the next word he meant to write. He just kept lightly touching the keyboard and sighing. To be fair, considering I wrote this ages ago, it's not too bad other than the randomest insults known to humanity. The word he was thinking of had left his head. It had even left the galaxy. He just stared blankly at the computer, but decided that a shower would help his creative flow. He got up. Creak went the shower tap as he slowly turned it on. He jumped into the shower and began to think about his life instead of the words that had left the galaxy. Zach was a superhero. He could resolve most things he touched if he wanted to. It was one handy ability. He worked in a team of 7. There was him, the most beautiful girl in the world, and his beloved girlfriend, Bailey Aris. There was Adrena Pineda, who he actually respected as he was productive with his time and he considered him to be a friend. There was Alia Copeland. She was fine. He didn't hate her or like her. And the others he didn't like or despised them. First there was that stupid weeb. Okay, Roman Hatton. He absolutely hated Roman because he was so unproductive. And there was that girl that wasted her time playing video games, Sasuke England. That is such a name, Sasuke England. Just thinking about her made him want to smash every single gaming console and burn it into the ground. Why is Zach Murphy like this? Why is he... Okay. So that stuck up Zach. Oh, then they were both good at their job. Okay. Then there was also that preppy stuck-up person, Anthony Haley. So stuck up that Zach wanted to vomit violently. Okay. He then started to think about his life, and then I never wrote anymore. So, yeah. That's the only part of Hero Murder that's ever been written. It will be written again with obviously a better title and different characters, but yeah, I just thought it was funny. This one I have no idea about. A Horrible Night. This is what I mean. I used to write really short stories. It was dark, extremely dark, very dark. It was dark, very dark, extremely dark. The town had a blackout, and it was too dark to make out anything. I think it might be dark. You know, I think it might be a tiny bit dark. Jason was a 10-year-old boy. He acted brave, but in reality, he was very scared. Jason couldn't tell his way home in the dark. Then he came across an old gas station. The door was slightly ajar. He touched the handle and felt dust on the handle. He opened the door and it creaked open very slowly. Jason went inside. He saw some food on the shelves. No one would care, he thought as he began to ravage the shelves. He saw a spool of thread start to float towards him. Why was it floating? Jason began to back away from it whilst continuing to eat. It was probably just his dumb, stupid imagination, but the spool of thread kept getting closer and closer. He ran to the door that he had left open. Just as he got there, it slammed shut. He tried to stay calm, but he couldn't. He started shrieking and throwing things at where the spool of thread was. Then he saw it. It had a dismantled face. Its face seemed to be bloody with cuts all over it. It had a needle and a spool of thread. It seemed to have sewed its mouth shut, and its eyes. Sleep, sleep, it muttered, as it found its way towards him. I don't want to sleep, shouted Jason in fear. It grabbed him and he screamed as it sewed his mouth shut. It then used the needle to poke his eyes out. Okay. He tried to scream, but he couldn't as his mouth was sewn shut. It took out one of his eyes out. Jason looked in horror as it proceeded to cut the thread on its lips and ate his eye. It then sewed his eyelids shut. Jason was crying now. This had to be a bad dream. If it was, he would like to wake up now. It took his other eye and sewed it shut before killing him by wrapping the threads around his neck and strangling him. Now two ghosts haunted the gas station. Okay, past me. I just want to ask, what was the thought process? Why did I write this? Like, huh? Okay. That was a little bit much. The mysterious carpet bag. This is one I've been very curious about because I don't remember it at all, and it's called the mysterious carpet bag. Like, what is it gonna even be about? Luna looks at her desk, which was filled with another main character called Luna. I used to just call all my main characters Luna. Now there's one character that actually is called Luna, like, permanently, and other people have to find a different name. But yeah. Luna looked at her desk, which was filled to the brim with clutter, and was a really sorry excuse for a desk. Luna had been a detective for about 4 years. Her desk made her look like a bad detective, when in actual fact she was quite good. Her trainee came to the office, her face sparkling with joy. What happened? Did you finally get a boyfriend? Joked Luna. No, not yet, but I found a new case for us to take on, responded Willow. Oh, Willow's one of my other main characters of a completely different story. Okay, I wasn't aware they were ever in the same universe, a Luna and a Willow. Someone stole responded Willow, leaving a long pause. Someone stole a what? Responded Luna, getting excited. A carpet bag, responded Willow. You're joking me, sighed Luna, as Willow passed her the paper which had their current objective on it. But read it, responded Willow. The carpet bag is believed to be holding the world's most expensive carpet, costing £1 million. It's also believed that the person who stole it stole some very expensive posh carpet cleaner. This is still terribly boring, responded Luna, rather bored. This is incredible. Yeah, but £1 million makes it rather high profile. If you solve this, you are likely to get more cases and you may even get a reward, responded Willow, smiling. Oh, now I get why you want me to do this case, because you want a reward, responded Luna. Possibly, responded Willow, beginning to laugh. What do we have so far? Asked Luna. There was a witness who caught the number plate, responded Willow. Perfect, we can track it, responded Luna. They tracked the car's number plate to a rundown-looking motel. The motel was like a dump. It had a putrid smell and was very dark and covered in shade by trees. It looked like they were going to kidnap you and hold you for ransom. And the ransom they would want, who knows, maybe the carpet bag. I love the way I used to describe things. I still kind of use like funny descriptions, but God, that is just so good. Like, I don't even know what imagery people get from trees that look like they're going to kidnap you. Like, what imagery was my brain thinking of? I approached the owner. Do you know what room the person who owns this car is staying in? Asked Luna. No, dearie, responded the little old lady. I am a detective, said Luna, showing her badge. Show me where they are, please. No can do, dearie. I know why you're here, dearie, screamed the old lady, as she morphed into something. She wasn't an old lady. She was a peculiar-looking gremlin with teeth that looked so sharp they could probably bite right through a carpet bag. We get it, there's a carpet bag. Why do I keep mentioning carpet bags? We get it, a carpet bag got stolen. We don't need to include it in every description. Oh, this person looks like they have eyes. Eyes which they could see a carpet bag with. That's gonna be the next one. What the actual fur? Was it Luna before getting interrupted? That's what I mean, I didn't swear. I just got very close, apparently, with Luna. No swearing in my motel, dearie! No swearing in my motel. Okay. It's a Christian Minecraft hotel. You know, Christian Minecraft. God, I should not be laughing this much at my old stories. Okay. On to the old lady. She leapt at Willow, who just about managed to dodge. Then Willow shape-shifted. Okay, apparently Willow's also a shapeshifter. But not into a gremlin, but some giant cat, and began to fight the old lady. What the hell is actually going on? Shouted Luna. Dearie, you swore I will have to kill you, shouted the old lady. Luna and Willow, with their combined effort, took the old lady down. Okay, what is with all this shapeshifting, and why is a gremlin old lady protecting a carpet bag? Asked Luna. I just always have been able to shapeshift. Some people just are able to too. Luckily, my other form is much better than hers. She's probably going to get a cut of when the thief sells it, responded Willow, as she morphed back into a human. They searched the motel. Every floorboard in it creaked. It seemed like the man had fled. They found the carpet bag and were hailed heroes. Cases started to fly in, and they solved most of them. But most of the rest of their cases were all about carpet bags. You wouldn't believe how many expensive carpets there are in carpet bags, and how many gremlins with teeth and claws that could break a carpet bag were after them. There was quite the underground market for expensive carpets and carpet bags. I don't know what else would be in a carpet bag, but that's good. That was a good laugh. Thing is, I never used to be good at writing like funny moments in my story, but the whole entire story would just be funny. Like, the mysterious carpet bag. What is this? I don't hate it, but also I'm just like, what is happening? What inspired me to write about a carpet bag that gets stolen and has a carpet in it worth £1 million, and just everyone's stealing carpet bags? Okay, I think I need to breathe before I yell about carpet bags. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the next one. The Devil Kitten is another one that isn't finished. I just think it might be funny. Alice shouted her grandma. Alice was part of the working class family. She had 3 brothers and a little sister. They owned a little farm. They had a cow, a sheep, and a goat. The house had 2 floors and 5 rooms. Alice shared her room with her 3 brothers, George, Nicholas, and James, and her little sister, Agnes. Yes, said Alice. Come here, said her grandma. Coming, said Alice. She came to her grandma, who was holding a small kitten that had white fur and ginger spots and lime green eyes and the softest purr and fluffiest fur. I like the way that rhymes. You know what, kiddo? I'm going to die soon. Okay. As I am old, and I want you to take my place and give your soul to the devil. Average conversation in one of my stories. I'm going to die. Give your soul to the devil. If you choose to accept, this kitten will be yours. She is perfect familiar material, said her grandma. Sure, said Alice. Okay, say this. I give my soul to Satan, and in return for power and dark magic. I hope I don't accidentally summon Satan saying this. Said her grandma. I give my soul to Satan in return for power and dark magic, chanted Alice. Then a deep light red appeared and shone brightly, and a necklace with a sharp saber-toothed tiger tooth. I can read. Alice put the necklace around the little kitten, and the kitten jumped on Alice's shoulder. Name her, said her grandma. Okay, I will name her Lily, said Alice. She went to her room and with the cat on her shoulder and showed the kitten her bed, as they would have to share a bed. She showed it to her mum and dad, who weren't too pleased, as they didn't have too much food. A cat? What are you thinking? It would have to share your food, and you would have to take care of it, she said in a scolding manner. Okay, fine, I'll take care of it, Mum, replied Alice. Fine, you can keep her, but your responsibility, said her mum. And that is all for the devil kitten. Definitely very, I think it's one of those stories where I was like, I can write an entire series about a devil kitten, and then I wrote part of a chapter and never came back to it. Okay, this is the final one for the video. A very Merry Christmas. I know, because it's definitely still the Christmas season. It's definitely not the 4 a.m. on the 16th of March as of recording this. My sleep schedule is great. 'Tis the season to be jolly, la 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 la. Glistening in a magical way, the snow fell gracefully from the sky, dancing with joy that it was Christmas time. The snowflakes settled, making it a very white Christmas. It was Christmas Eve, when not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Well, that would be a lie, because several little mice were stirring. One of them was even stirring soup! Oh my god. Ivy! Oh, I remember, I used to have pet mice, and I think I named all the characters in this, or I put my mice into this story. I'll show pictures during the editing process. Well, in the actual video, there'll be pictures of them, each of the mice. Ivy was the mother mouse, married for 8 mousy years to her one and only true love, Pipsqueak. Pipsqueak was not actually a mouse I had, Ivy was. They were very fluffy and nice little mice who loved Christmas. They had 3 daughters called Cinnamon, Cherry Blossom, and Lemon Sorbet. Those 3 were mice I had. I can remember mice the best names. It's because I was used to call Ivy Poison Ivy, and I'd call Cinnamon Roll as like a cute nickname. So then when I got my second 2 mice, because mice don't live long, I wanted them to have like double names. So Cherry Blossom, Lemon Sorbet. Because I called Ivy Poison Ivy and Cinnamon Roll more than I called them their actual names. They were eating their dinner. It was a lovely tomato basil soup with a wonderful taste that filled their tummies. The little children, as sweet as angels, thanked their ma for the delicious meal before their eyes began to drop, and they were sent off to bed. One by one, the little mice drifted off to sleep, dreaming about the wonderful presents they would get, hopefully for certain things. Cinnamon's dreams was full of roasted peanuts and a small toy ball that she could run around with and play with all day and night, and play games with her siblings. Cherry Blossom dreamed of getting sunflower seeds, which to her were a tasty treat which filled her mouth with a taste that made her feel like she was on cloud 9, a heavenly taste. Lemon Sorbet dreamed of beautiful blueberry packed with a perfect sour taste and a brand new running wheel in which she could run for miles and miles to her heart content. Ivy and Pipsqueak wrapped the presents and shared a sweet small kiss before going to bed. Morning came. Ivy and Pipsqueak were awoken by the children jumping up and down on their bed. "It's Christmas!" the three little mice shouted in joy. The parents smiled at their little children, their pride and joy. They got up, made some tea and coffee to wake up, and they sat around the Christmas pie cone. It was a beautiful Christmas pie cone with bright lights of red and green dotted around it. It was red and green and decorated. The pink cone was even painted like a human Christmas tree. The human Christmas trees were a bit too big for them, so they used a pine cone instead. It was still very festive anyway. Several presents sat under the tree, drawing in all their eyes. First, Ivy opened her presents. The first one was a beautiful load of peanuts that sat there in the package looking scrumptious. It was from her husband. She smiled to him to thank him. She gently ripped open the other presents with her claws to unravel a book written by Mousing Blyton, as a reference to Enid Blyton, Ivy's favourite author. The book was called The Treasurer's Free, as opposed to the famous five. Okay. She had been wanting it for ages. Her kids had got it for her. She smiled and thanked them, hugging each of them. Pipsqueak was next. He grabbed his first present that was wrapped in magical blue. He opened it to find a horror movie called Attack of the Cats. He loved horror movies. He looked to his beautiful wife and thanked her with a small kiss, which the kids all made faces of disgust at. Shining yellow, the next present glistened under the Christmas tree. Pipsqueak opened it with ease with his strong claws. Inside was a mousy manga he had been desperate for, called Attack on Cats. Okay, the references are all here. Apparently I never finished this one, even though I thought I did. So, I'm going to thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe. There won't be another video of old stories unless I find some just hidden about the house, because those are all the ones I've got. But there will be Villain Tales, which is an old story that got to like 80 pages. So that's why that one gets its own like video series. So goodbye, friends, fruits, and vegetables, and I'll see you all next.